welcome back to Paul's Stuff. This is my space on YouTube where I get to talk about all the things I love. Lots of Star Wars, lots of lightsabers. Today is a little bit different. Today we're going to be taking a look at this Jedi Path, the Jedi Path Vault Edition book from, well, actually from a couple of different manufacturers, I believe. These were originally released in 2010. It's a series of books. I believe there are 6 different books now. There's a 4-book set of the Jedi Path, the Book of Sith, the Bounty Hunter's Guide book, I think, and the Imperial Handbook. They come in you can get those in a set of 4. There's a couple of others as well, the Rebel Files, and I cannot remember what the 6th one is. But as well as them being available as standalone books, they also came in these Vault editions, and this is the one for the Jedi Path. Now, probably the most spectacular one is actually the Book of Sith one, which I'm hoping to get at some point. I've been looking for these, well, for this one and the Book of Sith one for a little while, and this one just came up at a reasonable price that I felt was affordable for what it is. I keep saying they're a book. The Vault editions come in these lovely containers that have some electronic features. The Jedi Path one comes in box like this. So I think there's been 2 publishers for these. The first being Becker Meyer Books, and that's the version that this one is. But I believe that some of them have actually been published by Colonial Books as well. I think it's Colonial Books. But yeah, they came in a box like this, nicely packaged. There's another cardboard box inside of this which contains the vault. Really nicely presented. And then the vault itself, try and hold this at an angle for you, is this lovely design on the front of it, and the feature for this one is you push the button and you get sound and lights. It has blue LEDs around the edges of it, and it kind of presents the book to you. The book is a really nice book. The idea of this book is it's kind of a guide to being a Jedi. The nice thing with these Vault editions is that the books also come with artifacts that are slipped into the pages and the like. So I'll have a look at some of that as we go through this as well. But bear in mind, if you buy just the book itself, it won't have these artifacts with it. And it comes with a slightly different cover. This has a nice sort of metallic-y blue, leathery looking cover. As we look through the book, you can see the idea of the book is that it's handed from Master to Padawan. So we go through a succession of Jedi here that have owned this book at different places. We have Yoda, we have Tame Cerulean, Dooku, Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan, Anakin, Ahsoka, and then at the end we have Darth Sidious and Luke Skywalker, who's presumably found this from somewhere. And the first artifact we get is a little letter from Luke explaining the Jedi Path. Tells you more about the different owners of the book. So that's our first sort of artifact. Those of you that know me know that I'm a sucker for this sort of thing. I love these sort of in-universe artifacts. My collection of holocrons and wayfinders and things is the same sort of thing. It kind of adds to the lore around these different things. So as we go through here, contents as you might expect. Then we have another artifact hidden in the pages. This is I think from Anakin. It's the Jedi Code. So I think there are 8 of these things in total as we go through. As you can see, it's a fairly comprehensive book. Takes you through all you need to know about becoming a Jedi. And when we get to here, we notice there are some pages torn out. This is deliberate. This is part of the lore of the book. At some point, someone didn't want people to know about what was on these pages, so they tore them out. And we get another little artifact, another little note from Luke. Says these pages were already torn out when I found the book. As we go through different stuff, as you can see in here, the 3 pillars of the Jedi. And we come to here. The second pillar of the Jedi is knowledge, and most of that knowledge is held in the Jedi Temple. And we have a card here that talks about the Jedi Temple, different areas within the temple, and this opens up to give us a more detailed map of the Jedi Temple. As you can see, it's a fun book, as well as being a really good read. It's a fun book. Just come through and try and find you the rest of the artifacts in here. Lots on lightsabers and how to use them, being a Padawan, what it means to become an apprentice, how you should dress, all manner of things that pertain to being part of the Jedi Order. As it says, it takes you on your path. Here's another artifact. So this one I particularly like. This is like a serviette you would find in a restaurant. Now, I believe there are 2 versions of this artifact. This one is like a serviette. So we open this up, we can see this is Obi-Wan thinking about the design of his new lightsaber while he's at a restaurant or something somewhere, cafe. Might be Dex's Diner. Now, as I said, there are 2 versions of this. The other one is a very similar drawing of the lightsaber, but it's on the back of a Dex's Diner menu card. I quite like the serviette idea myself, so I'm quite glad that I got this version. And I think those different versions may well be the different publishers. So as I said, this one is by Becker Meyer, originally from 2010, but I think it may have been republished by Colonial Books at some point. I know certainly the standalone books were republished by them. More on lightsaber fighting. Lots of detail. Lots of great information for a Jedi. And as we go through, we'll find more of these artifacts. Here we have the next artifact. This is, I don't know if it's a coin or a medallion. There is probably something in the text that relates to it. Most of these artifacts come at places in the book. They're inserted into pages that are relevant to the artifact. So yeah, I probably should read through this and find out what this artifact's actually about. That's metal as well, that medallion, that coin. As we carry on through, beasts and information about starships, the Jedi trials. The trials being the tasks that Jedi has to go through to become a Jedi Knight after serving as a Padawan for a number of years. We come through to this page, which is the knighting ceremony, and one of the parts of the knighting ceremony is that Padawans all have a braid of hair of some sort, and in the knighting ceremony the braid is removed from them, and someone, I think this is Qui-Gon's braid, has decided to keep their braid in their hair. As you go through the book as well, you'll notice there are all sorts of bits of writing in the margin as well. I think it mentions somewhere here whose braid this is. You get all sorts of all sorts of little side comments from the characters that have owned the book. So that, wonder if they'll cut my beads from Ahsoka. Ahsoka's braid is quite beaded. So yeah, lovely little details in this book all the way through. You can see these annotations from the different characters continue all the way through. And then the last section is all about being a Jedi Knight. How you use all what you've learned as a Padawan. And our last artifact is a patch from the, I believe, the Jedi Starfighter. The Starfighter Squadron, or I don't know. Anyway, it's something relating to Jedi Starfighters. And the book carries on. Lots more information on it. Lovely book anyway, but the vault and these extra pieces make it even more so. To close the vault, you push down the centerpiece and then you bring the sides back together and everything locks in place. And then the next time you open the vault, that's what happens. So as I say, that's the Jedi Path Vault Edition. Couple of different versions, I think, depending on the publisher that had the rights at the time. This, I believe, is the original version that comes with the serviette artifact for the lightsaber drawing, and there is a second version that has a Dex's Diner menu card with the lightsaber drawn on the back. That may have been done to make these more durable. This is quite delicate, but I quite like the serviette version myself. So yeah, that is the Jedi Path Vault Edition. These run a little bit expensive now. They are originally from 2010. They're no longer in production as far as I know. The books are based on the old Legends, the old Star Wars Legends ideas, and so a lot of what's in the books isn't canon anymore, but that doesn't mean it's not interesting to read. It's a nice read. I would say if you find one at a reasonable price, then I would grab one if you're into this sort of thing. If you're a sucker for these sort of artifact type things, then like I am, then it's something you're probably going to want. This one can be had reasonably. I picked this one up for around £65. That's not too bad. They can run expensive though. I've seen. I'm looking for the Book of Sith Vault Edition at the moment, and second-hand prices on that are running around £200 to £250. I don't think I'm prepared to pay that for one. So I'm going to wait until I find one at the right price, or maybe even if I find one that's not working properly and I can try and mend it, I'll add one when I can. But for now, that's everything from today. Thank you for watching the video. Do give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, and consider subscribing if you're not already. The channel is completely free to you. By subscribing, you support the channel. We're nowhere near being monetized yet or anything like that, and I really don't know about that when the time comes. If the time comes, I want the channel to be available to you guys without any extra cost to yourselves. And you know, I want to try and keep the integrity of the reviews and things that I do, so everything you see on this channel will have been purchased by me as something that I want. But yeah, for now that's everything. So again, thanks for watching this far, and I'll see you all again soon. Cheerio.